If you are learning how to cold approach women, then you have already lost. Because deep down, you know that the only thing women respond to is the energy that you exude. Most men get stuck on pickup lines and thinking that cold approaching and getting confidence with women is just a numbers game. This is the reason why they never improve. But I think there's about 15% of men who truly believe and know that their energy is what is attracting women towards them. And if you are a part of this 15% of men who want to rewire their energy in order to attract women, then keep watching. In order to rewire your energy, you only need two things: a disciplined imagination and the ability to feel elevated emotions of joy, satisfaction, and accomplishment. Now, let me show you how you can shift your energy in just 20 seconds. Now, I'm going to do Yoga Nidra or non-sleep deep rest protocol where I use my attention and guide it through my body parts until I feel absolutely relaxed. Now, because I have been a meditator for 3 years, Yoga Nidra comes very naturally to me. You will have to put in a little more effort in order to gain the same level of relaxation. Now I am mentally rehearsing an imaginal act where I already have the desired result. This is the part where you start to visualize that you are approaching beautiful women and the approach is going really well. Or start to visualize that beautiful women are approaching you and you are just there with a big smirk on your face. Provide the sensory vividness to this imaginal act. Visualize that girls are complimenting you, saying things like, "Wow, you're so amazing. I'm so lucky to meet a guy like you." Visualize that you are smelling their perfume. Visualize that you guys are kissing. Provide all the sensory vividness and you'll be able to feel elevated emotions of happiness and joy. The more you mentally rehearse this imaginal act and provide the sensory vividness, the more accomplished and joyful you're going to feel by simply running this mental act over and over again. I don't have to chase women anymore. I simply meditate. I simply imagine and feel the emotions of that imagination. And girls are compelled to come towards me. Not because I'm lucky, but because I have reprogrammed my subconscious mind. I taught this exercise to a guy who used to have panic attacks around women. Now, he just goes on dates every week with a sense of calmness and confidence. Neville Goddard said, "Your persistent imagination is always creating your personal reality." And I understood this spiritual principle during COVID lockdown. When I was 19, I was introduced to the idea of cold approach and pickup art. At that time, I was cold approaching women left and right, but always getting rejected. And at the end of the day, I still felt inadequate. But during COVID lockdown, I could not go out and approach women. I had to be in the confines of my own home. And that's when I started to develop anxiety and panic attacks. In order to heal these annoying mental health issues, I started to meditate. I started to understand that imagination and emotions is the only power that a person possesses in order to control his physical reality. All the cold approaches, all the psychology tricks, all the dating tricks that I learned from these pickup artists were actually irrelevant, were actually powerless. The only time I was getting good result with women was when I was reading a small sex book, because my imagination and my feelings were getting activated while reading that sex book. So don't ever forget that in order to get good result with women in your physical reality, you just need to discipline your imagination and learn how to sustain these elevated emotions for a long period of time. And it is going to be difficult, because if it was easy, everybody would get good result in their physical reality. An average human being has practiced feeling negative emotions for so long that it will be difficult for him to sustain these elevated positive emotions of joy, gratitude, accomplishment. But this is why this exercise is so worth it. Invest in yourself. Learn how to sustain these elevated emotions for an extended period of time. Learn how to hold your attention on the desired imaginal scene and learn how to mentally rehearse it over and over again until you start to feel the positive emotions out of it. You have to understand that a Western mind has been completely brainwashed into thinking that mind does not matter. Rene Descartes in the 1600s divided existence into two substances, mind and matter. And the entire Western civilization put its attention into the study of matter because it was considered to be more scientific. This is the reason why fields like physics, chemistry, biology got advanced really quickly. But because Western man has completely disregarded mind, it has left a deep philosophical wound in a modern man's mind. This is the reason why when you see a beautiful woman, you get so many negative thoughts and you get panic attacks. You just are frozen there because you are letting matter, which is the girl in your physical reality, control your mind. But it should be the other way around. Yogis have known this forever. This is the reason why they call physical reality as Maya. Because whenever they upgraded their own state of mind through meditation, through visualization, all of a sudden their terrible life circumstances vanished away and they became magnets for all the wonderful life circumstances. So please invest in yourself. Upgrade your mind through this simple act of meditation or visualization or embracing this imagination until you start to feel the feelings. Because remember, feeling is the secret. Unless you can feel the emotions of your imagination is weak. Now, if you want one-on-one personalized coaching from me, where I will help you develop powerful imagination and capacity to hold and sustain these elevated emotions for a long period of time, so that your imagination gets outpictured into your physical reality fast, then message me on my Gmail or my WhatsApp, which are linked in the description box and the pinned comment section. Subscribe and I will see you in the next video.